Want to know why? Ask how. Howard, the humongous. Let's talk about the latest advice given to refresh your marriage. Now, you may not have a marriage yet, but someday you're going to get one. And let me tell you something, it may have its moments of pleasure, then again it may not, but it will almost certainly have its moments of hell. Because marriages tend not to last, I mean only 50% of them in the United States really last until the bitter end, marriage advisors have given in the last week, these are scientifically based marriage advisors, the following advice. Instead of spending your money on a couples therapist, take a vacation together. Now, this may not be the great advice it seems. Why? Because when you fell in love with that girl, she had a hip-waist ratio of the kind that those of us in evolutionary biology have done tons of research about. And it's tiny at the waist and then expands out to the hips. And believe me, it is a biologically inbuilt signal that drives men crazy. In the 1940s, it was called it. In some decades, it's been called curves. You'll see it every time you see a swimsuit cover issue of Sports Illustrated or any other excuse, like a bikini, to show a woman's hip-waist ratio. It drives us crazy, men and women alike. But a strange thing happens on the way to middle age. Women who have it lose it. Women who have that tiny little waist lose that tiny little waist. Women who have those high little breasts, another sexual arousal mechanism, begin to succumb to gravity. And all of us, and this happens to men too, men have a waist-shoulder ratio. And have you noticed that most men over the age of 35 cease to look like a triangle, an upside-down triangle, and begin to look like a pear, begin to look like a blimp? It happens to men and women alike. So if you decide to save your marriage, and then there's wrinkles. We won't even go into wrinkles. So if you decide to take a vacation to cure your marriage of its ills, and you are 43 years old, and you are a man, what will you see in your wife? A shape like a pear. What will you see in her high little breasts? They're down to her navel. What will you see in looking into her once gorgeous face? An amazing array of wrinkles. And if you are a woman trying to solve your problems with your husband by going off for 2 weeks of glorious vacation, what will you see? He too looks like a blimp. He too looks like a pear. Is this likely to save your marriage? It can be doubtful. Now, who do we have to blame for all of this? Is it commercial society? Is it consumer society? Is it capitalism? Or is it the mother of us all, the mistress of beneficence, the kindest face in the universe, Mother Nature? You can decide.